This is Donna Paris from In the Black Canada, and you're logged on to Black Nova Scotia News, because there's always more to the story. Well, we came down for Halifax because we wanted to, some people I've interviewed over Zoom. That started because of COVID, and then it just kind of continued. So I wanted to come and get their photos because we want to make sure that we have the photos of people along with their narratives, so we can include those in whatever way we're going to use them, whether it's at, as I said, at a museum or in a gallery, wherever we have an exhibition about it. And we also wanted to see if we could catch some of the things that were going on. We got to see the 40th anniversary of the Africville Reunion. That was amazing to be there and meet lots of people from there. We got to be here for Emancipation Day in Halifax and meet people. And I have family here. I have my partner David laughs because everywhere we go in Canada, there's somebody I know. He keeps thinking I've got people, but I do. I have family in Kamloops and I have family in St. John's, Newfoundland. So right across the country, I have people. So we vacation and we visit and we just meet people. Often someone will say to me, well, why don't you call this person, call that person, and ask them if they're interested in being part of the project. We're going on Saturday. We're going to interview Lynn Jones in Truro on Saturday before we leave to Prince Edward Island. But yeah, I really just wanted to come to continue collecting stories. When we first came, we didn't get to Nova Scotia. We went to PEI, we went to New Brunswick, we went to Quebec. But we wanted to come back because you could spend every day for quite a long time traveling Nova Scotia and you'd meet people from different Black communities around Nova Scotia. So there's lots of stories here. So we really wanted to come and see if we could collect a few more of those. So David's not my husband. We live together. I mean, we don't live together. Sorry. He's my partner. We don't live together, but he'll say, it's not my wife. I don't know what he'll say, but we're not. Just want to correct that. Because people say, you didn't invite us to the wedding. We were not married. He's a photographer. He's been a photographer for probably about 40 years. He does a lot of street photography. His name is David Zaporozhye. David Ofori Zaporozhye, sorry. That was his father's last name, and he took that as his middle name a couple of years ago. He didn't grow up with his dad. His dad's from Ghana. But he's been a photographer. He did a lot of work around Regent Park. That's kind of where he grew up in Toronto, Regent Park, a housing development. And he's done he did about 10 years of photos from there, and he put a book together. And he just most recently published a book. Oh my God, he's going to kill me. I can't remember the name of it. But it's all about street photography. He's traveled, Paris. He's gone to Germany. He's done work kind of all over. Collecting. I like telling the story through words and he likes telling the story through pictures. So it's a good fit.
And so are there any other upcoming projects that we didn't talk about or anything I forgot to ask?
No, well, I can say that, as I'm learning all these stories, every time I say to David, that would make a great documentary. That would make a really good documentary. There's so many stories. And so I've decided in the spring that I'm going to go take a documentary making course because I think, okay, well, I didn't know how to do a website, didn't know how to do a podcast, didn't know how to do all these things, and I've learned, and I'm up for learning how to make documentaries because there's just a lot of really amazing stories, and I just want to make sure we capture them. I want children in school to know these stories. I want all people to know these stories, right? Because lots of people, we know about the Underground Railroad. People think people came up for the Underground Railroad, and that's the end of the story. And it's not the end of the story. There's lots about the Underground Railroad that we don't even know about. People don't know that Owen Sound, which is one of the most northern parts of the Underground Railway, there's lots we don't know about. And there's so many other stories. And I just want to make sure that people get that there's a lot. And as my friend Elise Harding Davis, she's from Windsor, and she said, without Black history, there is no history here in Canada. And she's the one who came up with the term, the Black Threads of the Canadian Tapestry. And I think that's a fitting title for the stories that we've been collecting.